target. Grappling. Enemy down. Enemy taken down.
Reloading.
Reloading.
Bloodhound's one shot. Bloodhound's one shot.
Taken out.
What's going on YouTube? Unreal Divine here. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure to smack that subscribe button, turn notification bell on to join the Divine Army. You know, I post tons of awesome Apex Legends tutorials, montages, funny moments, and so much more. If you guys do enjoy the video, please make sure to leave a like. Helps me more than you guys know. Alright, that's enough introduction. Let's get straight into the video.
This one is reppin', oh my God, if I die, I'm a legend. When they lay me down to rest, I know I was always reppin', oh my God.
What's up YouTube? Unreal Divine here. Hope everyone's having a dope day. You know we gotta shout out all the soldiers down below. That's everybody subscribed to me, became part of the Divine Army. Appreciate the love and support you guys continue to show. Road to 5K baby. So if you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys smack that subscribe button and turn notification bell on. With that being said, let's jump straight into today's video, because today I'm bringing you guys the best controller settings for Apex Legends Season 7. Let's get straight into it. So Season 7 is here. We got a new map, a bunch of new content and stuff going on. So I wanted to bring you guys a new controller settings video, you know, with the updated season and the new meta and everything. So let's get straight into it. The first thing I got for you guys is probably the most important tip, and let's open up the settings. You guys, I'm gonna actually reset everything in the default really quickly, just so we can all be on the same page. So this is what you're gonna start at as a gameplay. No, I'm sorry guys. Let's actually scroll over to video. The first setting I'm going to have you guys change is your guys' field of view, and this just pretty much affects how zoomed in your field of view is. So for example, it starts at for 70. I personally play about 102, 104. You change it and click apply. You see on my screen now I'm a lot more zoomed out, and I'll show you guys one more time. Just go back to the default. And boom, you see how zoomed in I am. And then let's change it back to how I originally had it, to like 102. And now I'm zoomed out a lot more. So now I can see a lot more on my screen, on my peripherals, and I have a lot more information on my screen. It's not all zoomed in. And this is going to greatly help you guys in playing Apex, especially with the new map. So yeah, let's move on to the next setting. So let's go over to gameplay now, and let's run down the settings and gameplay. One of the first things I recommend having on is for damage numbers to have it on stacking, which literally you can read over here on the right side. Stacking shows combined number of all recent damage, shows you your total damage that you output on an enemy. I recommend putting it on stacking or both, but honestly I don't like all those numbers on my screen when I have it on both. I actually show you guys really quickly the difference. So this is floating, just so you guys can be a little bit more aware, because I actually did this video a while ago in Season 5, but there's a lot of new subscribers and a lot of new people playing Apex again, so a lot of you guys might not know about this. So let me just show you guys really quickly. So this is floating, and floating pretty much just shows you all the damage you're doing individually, and it just stacks them on top of each other, like it doesn't add them together. So you see this does 11, 11, 11, and then I like a stop maybe 14. So, but for example, if you change it to stacking, this will actually show you your total output instead. So now you see I did 187 damage, so you know you only need another 22 or 23 damage. And I honestly recommend stacking because it gives you the information that you need. You need to know how much damage you've done on an enemy. You can also put it on both, like I said, but it just has a lot of numbers on your screen, because then it has the individual ones and it also has the total damage. But so I recommend just having it on stacking, so you can see your total damage, the information's there, and it's not too much numbers and stuff on your screen. Scrolling down, let's keep moving on. these gameplay settings are pretty much standard. Just make sure they're kind of the same as mine. They should all be the same default, honestly. I'm trying to double check to make sure there's anything really quickly. Yeah, I think we can move on. Okay, yeah, we can move on to controller. So now let's go to controller. This is one of the most critical settings on the on this video, and that is your button layout. A lot of people actually have default controllers. A lot of people don't play Apex with a custom controller like myself. So there is a few settings that you guys can do that makes you a much better player, even with the default controller. So like I said, in the button layout, you know, it's set to default, but what I would recommend for you guys to do is to either play on Ninja or customize if you guys have a custom controller. What this is going to allow you to do is, as you see now, my jump is my L1 and my crouch is now my R1 instead of X and circle. Therefore, you don't have to take your fingers off the analog stick when you're, you know, moving around. So I'll show you guys now in the game. This is me jumping with my left bumper, and then you also can slide, and you guys can see I can jump and still shoot. And this is all the default with the default controller, by the way. I can still jump and shoot, move around. I can still crouch and shoot and move around. It gives you guys that mobility that you need when you're playing Apex if you don't have a custom controller, because a lot of people you know, play this game very competitively, and they use like Scuffs controllers, for example, or Elite controllers that have titles on the back, and this gives you a way to compete with those guys without even having to go into, you know, the PlayStation settings itself. You can just do it inside the game. I think this is an excellent setting you guys need to try out. If not Ninja, you can, because what I do personally, I don't actually use Ninja, I use Customize, and it literally is just Ninja, but I'll reverse the crouch and the jump because I like my crouch to be my L1 and I like my jump to be my R1. And then as you guys can see, I'll just show you guys really quickly. So I like my jump to my R1 and my crouch to my L1. And then here we go. Now we're in the game, and it just feels a lot more fluent for me personally. So it's really the same thing as Ninja, but it's just reversed. So I would recommend you guys to use the same setting, because I'm telling you, it's going to give you that initial edge that you guys need to compete with custom controller players, because you don't have to take your finger off the analog stick, and you can always have some type of movement while you're still aiming. I'm gonna put it back to default because, like I said, I have a custom controller. So let's move on. So that's a very critical tip. Like I said, so just to run down one more time, default is recommended for a custom controller if you have paddles on the back, because you don't have to still take your fingers off the analog stick. Ninja or Customize if you guys don't have a custom controller. This is still going to give you that edge that a lot of competitive players have over you. I haven't really played with these other ones because they don't really fit my play style, and sometimes I like to play claw, so I don't really mess with these. But yeah, default, Ninja, and Customize are my main 3 controller settings I like to use. Moving on, let's go down to menu cursor speed. I actually like to turn this up a little bit. This is just, you know, the thing that I'm moving around determines how fast the menu cursor moves. So like when I'm looting and stuff, I like to have a decent speed, that way I can click items very quickly. My sensitivity, I usually play on very high, and yeah, I just usually keep that the same. I just like to play on very high. Something I've just started doing recently though is my per optic setting, instead of just having everything on default, because on console, you know, I play on console and you use a controller, a lot of the long super far scopes are very slow when you scope in. So I, you know, just change those on here per optic to just high for the 3 times, because, you know, with the G7 I like to melt with that, so I don't want it to be too inaccurate. But like at the 4 times, the 6 times, the 8 times, those really long sniper scopes, which I rarely use, I like to have them very high, that way I can keep up with the enemies on the controller, because, you know, people move very fast. Unlike PC, it's a little bit different. Moving on, I don't actually mess with a lot of these movement and aiming settings, because a lot of this stuff you don't actually need. And yeah, in advanced video look controls, a lot of people actually like to mess with these, but I personally don't believe you need to mess with those to do anything, to have like really good accuracy and recoil control and all that, because I'll show you guys here actually really quickly. I like to show you guys with examples. As you guys can see, I'm still very accurate, and I have a nice amount of recoil control regardless of those settings. And you guys can see that I'm still, very, very active beaming targets from a distance, and that's just with recoil control. Just practicing recoil control, and the settings that I do have on, you guys can still beam targets from a long distance and still have great accuracy. Let's just move on to we were on the controller. So boom, I think that is actually all of the settings. Let me just double check for you guys one more time. I'm sorry this video isn't as formulated and scripted, but I wanted to just run down my personal settings and give you guys a settings video for season 7 really quickly. That way you guys can do a little bit better. So the main thing, just to reiterate, field of view, really change your field of view. This is going to greatly help you guys. I'm telling you, being able to see a lot more information. This is under video. Change this to about 100, 102, 104. You can mess around with this, see what you guys like. Also changing you guys is controller, the button layout. This is something that's super important. Like I said, use custom ninja or default. That's something I really recommend. Also adjusting your sensitivity. I don't recommend playing on default. It's too slow for this game, especially if you guys are changing your field of view. I recommend increasing your sensitivity and getting used to that. And yeah, and last thing is having damage numbers on stacking. And that's pretty much it for this video, for this settings video, guys. Oh, there's one more setting that I want you guys to make sure you guys have on, is taking damage closes death box. Determining if taking damage while looting a death box will close the menu. Taking damage, turn that off, because this, I hate this. When you're getting shot at, it closes the death box. If you're looting, if you need to do a shield swap, make sure you guys turn this off so that doesn't affect you guys in those critical moments. And other than that, that's it pretty much. Those are my settings that I use to really get really high and climb ranked and everything. I'm telling you guys, the field of view, your sensitivity, and your custom controller settings is going to be the main 3 elements. They're going to get you guys, some dubs, and going to increase you guys' gameplay tremendously. And I'm telling you guys, check out a few of my other videos on how to do some recoil control. I'm telling you guys, will see that you guys will start to beam targets like instantly. A lot better. Even with the R99, you guys see how accurate I still am. Pretty much hitting that target all the way in the back, and I'm still moving around, and you guys can just see. So that's it. That's pretty much it for this video. I hope you guys found this video useful. Gather some nice information. Hope you guys actually use these tips and actually try to mess with these settings. And I'm telling you guys, if you do, it's going to greatly increase you guys' gameplay. So that's pretty much it for this video. If you guys new to the channel, you guys like my content, make sure you guys smack the subscribe button and turn the notification bell on so you don't miss when I upload. Also, if you guys did like the video any way, shape, or form or found it useful, make sure to leave a like. Helps me with the YouTube algorithm so much. And yeah, I'm done rambling for this video. I'll catch you guys in my next one. I'm outie. Peace.
Born out to heaven my way. I'm on a plane, heaven my way. I'm in these foreigns, heaven my way. Counting the money, just heaven my way. Heaven my way, heaven my way. Curving these women, just heaven my way. I'm at the Gucci store, heaven my way. Flexing on nigga, just heaven my way. This heaven my way, this heaven my way. Hit up your body, make you all them shake. I got the key to the motherfucking safe.